What's up everyone, welcome back to a brand new video. So today's scenario I didn't really expect to do. It's kind of a weird request, but for some reason it's also very popular at the same time. I guess people really just like Cooler. So obviously, a big trope with what ifs is people turning good. And I have done videos like that before, and I have done videos with Cooler before too, even one where he was the main plot of the story, with him being canon and all. Today's is going to be a mix of both of those. Even though I've done scenarios with Cooler in them before, I haven't done one with him turning good at all. So this scenario gives me two objectives. For one, I need to introduce him into the canon story, and two, I need to make him turn good somehow. But that's exactly what we're here for today. For this video, we'll set a like goal of 4,000 likes. If we hit that, I'll turn this scenario into a full series. And I'll continue with another part soon. Anyways, let's begin this story. So first, I'm going to change Cooler's backstory a bit here. I think this will fit him more in this scenario, and it'll make things more interesting as well as fitting him into canon easier. Obviously, this whole thing is a hypothetical, so it's not even canon at all. So we do have some leniency in terms of what we can do. So in this scenario, Cooler is going to be similar to his normal self, but also different in some ways. He's similar in the fact that he's Frieza's brother, and he's kind of separated from his family, partially on his own accord. And this isn't to say I'm making him a good guy. He's still a bad guy, but unlike his brother and father, he's not as obsessed with being evil and dominating places. But he still isn't great. He's evil for a cause. He wants to assert his presence and let people know not to mess with him. He seeks power, not in the sense of power over people, but power in terms of his own physical strength. Partially due to a hatred of his brother and father. He has something to prove. He's the superior one in the family. He's off at another part of the universe doing basically whatever he wants. He still has his armored squadron too. So as you can see, he's pretty much the same as he was normally, but there are some differences that'll make it easier for him to turn good here. I feel like if we used the original Cooler, it would be pretty much impossible to make him good. But I feel that this is reasonable. So now the objective is to try and fit this into the main story. And that actually isn't too hard. So first we're going to be covering Cooler's revenge. We're going to be placing this in the main timeline too. Everything on Namek goes the same, and this will happen during the 3-year time skip after Trunks came to the past. Let's say this takes place about a year after Trunks arrived. We're going to be adjusting people's powers too just to make it more interesting, because obviously there's going to be some big differences from the main movie. After hearing word of Frieza's death, Cooler decides to head out towards Earth. This isn't to avenge Frieza or anything. In all honesty, he's kind of glad that Frieza and Cold are dead, but at the same time he has other feelings about it. For one, he wanted to be responsible for killing them. That was a way to assert his dominance over them, show them who was really boss. Even if he didn't necessarily kill them, he just wanted to show them that he was the strongest. But also, this is out of self-preservation too. He assumes that someone may have been after Frieza. Apparently, the one that killed him was a Saiyan. He doesn't know much about the backstory and the events that led up to this, but he knows that a Saiyan killing Frieza is probably not good news. Maybe he's gonna be next. Maybe if there's still Saiyans out there, they're hunting down Frieza's family, and he's next. And that's exactly why he needs to make a preemptive strike. He's heading there with his squadron now, and they say that he should probably just blow up the planet when he gets there, but Cooler says he wants a more personal introduction, and it would be more fun to have an actual fight. This is going to be a big part of Cooler in this scenario. One of the big aspects that we've changed about him is the fact that he wants to get stronger, and he does like fighting a lot. This is going to be very important later on, so remember that tidbit about him. And it's basically the whole reason that this is happening, because if he were doing this out of self-preservation, yeah, that would be a good idea. Just blow up the planet and leave it. But besides the fact that he wants a good fight too, he needs to see these people face to face. He needs to know what killed Frieza, and he wants to personally kill them, not just blow up the planet. On Earth, everyone is in the middle of their training right now. They're still preparing for the androids. And we're not going to be using the anime's event and say that Vegeta's still on Earth too. Goku's training with Piccolo and Gohan, and he's surprised. He senses an odd energy heading towards Earth one day. It's very weird because it feels familiar. It feels almost like Frieza's. It's definitely malicious too, and he doesn't know what it is or why it's coming here. But it's definitely bad news, and it's not just one energy, there's multiple with it. The rest of the group catches on to this too. While the humans are training, they sense this same energy, deciding to go to Goku and Piccolo. If there's a threat coming to Earth, they might as well be together. And it's weird, they know they're expecting the androids, but Trunks never said anything about this. If there's another threat coming to Earth, Trunks definitely would have known, wouldn't he? I mean, it's kinda weird, he wouldn't have hidden this, so why is this happening? Did history already change by him coming here? They fly over to where they feel the ship's landing, and everyone's back together again. Even Vegeta shows up. Of course, he didn't know how to sense ki until very recently, only a few years ago, but he can't tell that this ki is familiar to Frieza's, and he feels like he still recognizes this presence. He puts 2 and 2 together, and he tells everyone what they're up against. Even though they killed Frieza and King Cold, there's still one more member in that family that they didn't kill. Honestly, Vegeta never expected him to show up. He's always been separate from Frieza, but he tells everyone, this must be Frieza's brother, Cooler. And from what he's heard, this guy's a different breed from Frieza. No one knows how strong he is. He might even be stronger than Frieza. And no one really knows what he wants either. It seems like they're just gonna have to find out. The ships land nearby, and first they're greeted by 3 odd alien people. They strike a pose. This is Cooler's armored squadron. Great, they're gonna have to fight an off-brand Ginyu force. The good thing is Goku has access to Super Saiyan pretty easily. These guys don't seem too powerful. You might not even need Super Saiyan for them. But someone else steps up. It's Cooler himself, and they could definitely see the resemblance to Frieza. He introduces himself and his squadron, and he's glad that he has a welcoming party too. And quite easily he could pick out the people from the group that are Saiyans. Of course he would recognize Vegeta, knowing the king and all. He looks just like his father, even though he never got to meet him in person. But that other one, that guy wearing orange, he definitely looks like a Saiyan too. Now he asks, there's only 2 Saiyans here, not knowing about Gohan. And apparently a Super Saiyan was the one to kill Frieza. He wants to know, which one of them was it? It couldn't have been Vegeta, right? Goku steps up. He was the one to defeat him. Well, Trunks got the kill, but Goku did still defeat him. He doesn't mention that though. So that's the Saiyan he's looking for. What, is he here to avenge his brother or something? And Cooler says no. He never really cared for Frieza or Cold. Actually, he kinda hated them. He was just seeking a strong opponent. He wants to improve himself. And even though he is scared of the Super Saiyans, he doesn't reveal that's part of the reason why he's here. He tells them, a Super Saiyan might have been enough to defeat Frieza, but it won't be enough for him. The squadron goes and attacks, splitting up and fighting the rest of the group. They attack everyone besides Goku, and Goku sees what's going on. Cooler wants to fight him one-on-one, and immediately, the two clash. Cooler's surprised, so Goku's not going to use his full power yet. Can he even go Super Saiyan at will? And Goku chuckles. He doesn't need it yet. He can tell that Cooler's not as strong as he thought. He's surprised. He did know Cooler was Frieza's brother, but if he's only the same strength as Frieza, that's not going to be enough to defeat him. Cooler then hits Goku with a powerful punch. He tells him that's where he's wrong. He's much stronger than Frieza, and this isn't his full power either. Just like how Goku can transform, he has another, but it seems Cooler doesn't need to use that yet either. They might as well have some fun first. Meanwhile, the rest of the group is fighting the squadron. The 3 of them together is actually enough to hold off the group. But quickly, they come to realize what they're up against. Our heroes have Vegeta and Piccolo on the team. Both are incredibly powerful, and Vegeta tells them they're mistaken if they think they could win here. All of a sudden, their group has the upper hand. Their squadron might be too much for the humans to handle, and even a little too much for Gohan. But Vegeta and Piccolo won't be defeated that easily. The tide begins turning in that battle, as well as the one between Goku and Cooler. Their battle is incredibly explosive. It's good that they're in a secluded area. But Cooler begins showing off more of his power. Goku jumps up in the air, flying down towards Cooler with a punch, pummeling him into the ground. And as Cooler's pinned down, his eyes begin glowing. He shoots lasers at Goku, which he narrowly avoids, and as Goku jumps back, Cooler grabs him with his tail, slamming him into the ground. Cooler then jumps up, stepping on Goku, jumping off him and then up into the sky. He lifts a finger up, beginning to charge an attack. What a pity. He expected more of a Super Saiyan. He flings the attack down, and Goku counters with the Kamehameha. He begins pushing it back, but Cooler puts more power into his attack. It's too much for Goku to handle. But as Goku fires his attack, a new aura starts surrounding him. First it's his legs, and it works up all the way towards his head. He's encased by a golden key, and then transforms into a Super Saiyan. He tells Cooler he's surprised. He really didn't expect him to be this strong, but in Super Saiyan, he's definitely not going to be an issue. And now the fight is a one-sided beatdown. Goku completely overpowers Cooler. But Cooler reminds Goku. Does he remember what he said before? This isn't his final form. Unlike Frieza, he has one more beyond this. Another form, even stronger than anything that Frieza had. Goku knows that this might be trouble, and he continues fighting Cooler. But mid-battle, Cooler's ki begins increasing. Dramatically, actually. Goku's hitting him with a flurry of kicks and punches. But the punches, they stop doing damage. Cooler grabs one of Goku's fists, throwing him back down to the ground. And he watches as Cooler begins transforming. The rest of the group looks on as well. They're just finishing off the armored squadron. But the squadron begins chuckling. Bowser laughs. Now they're really screwed. Angrily, Vegeta kills them off, looking up into the sky and seeing as Cooler transforms.
You should feel honored. You're the first, and soon to be the last, to witness my ultimate transformation.
It's terrifying. He's growing larger. A crown begins growing on his head. He looks incredibly intimidating, and he descends down into the ground, saying only one thing.
Well then, ready to kneel?
Goku doesn't really know what to expect. He can tell that his power increased a lot, but they could still win this. He tries fighting, but the attacks are doing nothing against Cooler. Cooler smiles. Now it's his turn. His smile is covered by a mask on his face, and he hits Goku with an incredibly strong attack. This is bad. This guy's actually incredibly strong. How is it possible that this guy exists? How is he stronger than Frieza? Vegeta is equally surprised too. He didn't know about this. Cooler's been secluded for so long, and he wonders why that even happened. But it's also weird that he's here. He jumps into the fight too, and he begins questioning Cooler. He said he doesn't care about Frieza, so why is he here trying to avenge his brother? Cooler says it's not that. These stupid Saiyans don't listen. He's here for a good fight. He wanted to challenge the Super Saiyan, but Vegeta says it's definitely not that. If he's so set on finding a Super Saiyan, Vegeta questions him. Maybe he was scared. Was that it? Cooler tells Vegeta he's an idiot. Why would he be scared of that? Look at it now. He's fighting Goku and winning. But Vegeta could see right through Cooler. He wasn't expecting to win. He came here just to see it. He wanted to do a preemptive strike. And he only just got lucky. Yeah, that's it. He feared that the Super Saiyans were going to hunt him down. Goku tells Vegeta to stop. He's only going to piss off Cooler more and more. And Cooler then turns to Vegeta. He lunges his hand out, grabbing him. With his other hand, he launches a blast at Goku, knocking him far away. He tells Vegeta to stop questioning him. Just let him fight Goku. Why is Vegeta so impatient? Does he want to die right now? But Vegeta continues acting cocky. He's laughing, mocking Cooler. He was scared. And this does piss Cooler off. He plunges Vegeta right into the ground. Why is he so confident? Look at his friend. His friend is the Super Saiyan, not him. What's with this attitude? Vegeta should be silenced. And he begins mocking Vegeta too. He should stop acting so high and mighty. He's not a Super Saiyan, is he? He's just another weakling. That's why he fought the squadron. He tells Vegeta he's a nobody. He stomps on Vegeta. He's worthless. He was never a Super Saiyan, and never will be. He's not even worth Cooler's time. He points a finger at Vegeta, and Vegeta says he's wrong. Now Cooler's starting to piss him off too. He's not a nobody. He's the prince of all Saiyans. He's a survivor. And he will be a Super Saiyan. With Cooler's foot still on him, Vegeta begins powering up. Goku launches over too, hitting Cooler with a punch and catching him off guard. Vegeta then stands up, beaten and angry, and Goku looks on confused. There's no way. Vegeta's enraged. Cooler's right. He's not a Super Saiyan, but he will make himself one. And if he doesn't, how is he going to make it out of this alive? He's been training towards it for so long, and still he couldn't access it. Somehow Kakarot did, but he couldn't. He doesn't want to admit it, but Cooler was right. An explosion of ki occurs, and Cooler watches on, a bit terrified too. What did he just do? He doesn't believe his eyes. He just created another Super Saiyan. Vegeta's surrounded by golden ki as he powers up. His hair is golden too. He told Cooler that he was wrong, and now he's going to show him the error of his ways. Goku's surprised and also kind of excited. Another Super Saiyan. That's awesome. The two of them team up together, fighting Cooler alongside each other. Briefly, Cooler is able to hold them off, but as Vegeta gets more and more used to his power, it gets tougher. And even though Goku's ahead of him in terms of strength, Vegeta's still not weak by any means, especially now that he's a Super Saiyan. The two of them together are completely overwhelming Cooler, and Cooler decides he has no other choice. He's had his fun with this fight, but he might as well end this. He'll blow up the planet. That'll finish them off. He won't have to worry about Super Saiyans anymore. He tells them it's a shame. He would have loved to fight them again, but it has to end like this. He uses that same attack from before, charging a supernova up in the sky. It's launched down towards the surface, but Goku, Vegeta, and everyone else jumps in front of it, and it's easily deflected, going right back towards Cooler, exploding midair. Cooler gets injured by his own attack, then falling down to the ground. How could this happen? If only he didn't get so cocky against Vegeta. Vegeta got under his skin, and that only snowballed into him getting under Vegeta's skin, causing him to turn Super Saiyan. Cooler could have won this. He could have defeated the one Super Saiyan, but two, no way. He's injured, and he stands up. But if this is where he dies, so be it. He's not going to go out without a fight. Vegeta walks up to him, ready to kill him, but Goku steps in front of him. Cooler's surprised. What, does Goku not want to kill him? And Goku says that's exactly it. Vegeta asks what he's doing. He's an idiot. They need to kill him right now. But Goku says maybe not. I mean, they are going to face some really strong people in the future anyways, right? The androids are going to be coming soon in a few years. Wouldn't it be nice to have an extra person to fight alongside, and a new training partner too? Vegeta's confused. What is he insinuating? Goku powers down, looking at Cooler. Something's different about him. Even though he's similar to Frieza, he's not exactly the same. He kept talking about how he wanted to fight someone strong. In a way, he's kind of like Goku. And he did only come here out of self-preservation. He was scared of the Super Saiyans. He thought he'd be killed by them. But Goku says they were never out for him. They didn't even know Cooler existed until now. And this actually does come as a shock to Cooler. He might have not needed to come here at all. And Goku looks at Vegeta too. They spared him after all. And look how that turned out. Same for Piccolo. Maybe Cooler can change. Cooler doesn't even know what to think of this. He feels kind of insulted, but also, he doesn't necessarily oppose it. Angrily, he jumps up into the sky, then flying out of Earth, not saying anything or doing anything. They ask Goku why he did it. They should have just killed him now. He's gonna come back later even stronger and kill them. But Goku says not to worry. He could tell. Cooler's not like his brother, and he's gonna come back soon. He could see it on the look on his face. He was considering what Goku said. He agreed deep down. And even though he wasn't showing it now, maybe they just found a new ally. And with that, we'll end off here for now. So, what did you guys think about this part? Do you think Cooler's gonna return? And if so, how and what will he do? Leave any thoughts and suggestions in the comments below. I'll be sure to check them out to see what you guys think. As always, if you liked the video, be sure to drop a like. And let's try to hit that like goal from the beginning of the video so we can get another part of this series. If you haven't already, why not subscribe? As well as hitting the bell icon so you get notified about any future parts of this What If, or any other videos on my channel, including more like this one. Anyways, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all in my next video.